Hey folks, I promised to make a video of how I make Dr. Macho's drink. I call it Dr. Macho's drink, and this is my recipe. I was given to me by a guy who's about 70 years old from Italy. He's got 3 doctorates, medical and the like. And he's got 20 children, and he hikes with his young children, his teenagers, up in the Alps. And I met him down in South Florida, where I'm from. Currently, I'm just up in New Hampshire. I got a little bit of a tiny vacation. So I'm making this here. This is what it looks like before I put it on the stove. Okay, I'm making 4 cups. So I measure out a cup and I leave about this much space for for extra stuff. I put water in. I put good water in. So I got 4 cups of that. I got 4 parts of an of a lemon. So basically half a lemon. So a quarter of a half is an eighth. So an eighth of a lemon I put in for one of these cups, which I think is about 8 to 10 ounces, I'm guessing. The other ingredients, okay, so I take a clove of garlic, okay, so I got 4 cloves for each cup. We already talked about the lemon. I kind of eyeball ginger. I got fresh ginger right in here, okay, right there. Cut up about a small piece of this, which I probably cut up like this much right here, just this top thing, and multiply that by 4 if I'm making 4 cups. I've got cayenne pepper, okay, that's that right there. That's kind of quality cayenne pepper, but you can use anything. Turmeric, and I use, let's see, for 1 cup, let me think, I'd say I eyeball it, but it's probably about it's under a teaspoon and a little more than half a teaspoon generally. That's generally, okay. You can do it to your own liking. And then I make sure I have local honey. So I got local to this area. This is from Maine, which is right down the street from where I am currently. That's really good honey. And I put about a heaping tablespoon for each cup. Okay. This is a strong drink. You can make it stronger depending on if you put more in it. Oh yeah, and there's one more thing. Now, this is a cheaper, you can use apple cider vinegar. I think any apple cider vinegar works. There's higher quality ones. You can kind of you can test that. This is what I happen to have, so this is what I'm using. Some of the apple cider vinegar says with the mother, and that may be better. People allege it is. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on to the stove here. Let's get this thing fired up. Here we go. Okay, here we go right there. So I'm going to get this on my stove here that I'm using. I'm going to let it, I'm not going to boil this, okay, but I'm going to get it to a simmer point. And I'm going to let it sit and cool down. And all of those ingredients are going to kind of mix into an elixir or a drink. And when you're done, or when I'm done here, it won't be long, and I won't have you watch all this. I'm going to pour it. This is 4 cups. So I'm doing this so that I can give a cup to a friend, and the other 2 cups I'm going to use for tomorrow and Sunday, and then I'm out of here. So I just need 3 cups. In the past, I always made this fresh every morning, but it's time consuming. So I'm going to try doing it now. I tried it yesterday, as a matter of fact. I made 2 cups yesterday down in Florida, which is where I was. I just flew up here to New Hampshire. And it worked out pretty well. I had the second cup in the refrigerator. I put it in a coffee cup and just put plastic over the top of it. And I drank it cold, which wasn't bad. I think I was getting the same effects. I guess, if it were fresh, maybe it would be better. Maybe it's better warm. I've been taught to drink it warm. I've had great experience with it. This is incredibly good for our heart. One of the things that I think we all have to watch, which is inflammation, which causes all kinds of sickness and joint problems, arthritis. It's good for your skin. It's good for your weight. What else is it good for? Your heart, your arteries, your cholesterol, and I think a whole bunch of other things. That is what I've been told. This man who shared this recipe with me, and I kind of have made it my own. I've done some modifications, and I name it after him, Dr. Macho. He is a doctor, a medical doctor, and he is amazing, and he's living it. So I try to learn from people that actually live it rather than just talk about things. And he said I had a baseball injury. He said, "What's the problem?" And he gave me a solution topically on the injury on my knee. But he also told me about this mix, this drink here, and it's starting to get hot. Ooh, those spoons are hot, man. We're literally cooking with gas here. It's gas stove. So he said, make this drink and drink it, and then he said, and then drink it for the rest of your life. I took a week off from drinking it, and can you imagine? I did get ill. I'm sure there were other reasons, but I noticed that this helps a lot with my allergies and all kinds of things. So, anyways, that is this is really just a video for a couple friends that I wanted to make it for. The step-by-step process would take editing. I don't have time to do that, and I've been wanting to do this for several months. So that's it. Hope my friends like it. This is what it looks like when it's finished. Right there. See, it's simmering. So I'm going to shut this off, and I'm going to let this sit here for a little time. Let it cool off. It'll cool off faster, obviously, if I take it away from where it was heated. I'll put it there for a little while, and then what I'll do. Oh, important point. I'm glad that I'm talking about it. I usually just take a spoon. I'll take the spoon one of the spoons I was using, and I'll tip this over and into a cup, and I'll just hold back the lemons and all the ginger and anything hard in here. I guess that would be lemons, ginger, and garlic. So I'll hold back that. I won't be drinking that, of course. I'll just be drinking the liquid. It's a strong drink. You can't like gulp it down, and it might take some taking used to or getting used to. And you can. I have found that I've added another ingredient. I get high quality. I try to get the highest quality ingredients always, but it's not necessary. I've learned that as well. But I've added cinnamon, just a little bit of cinnamon, and with the honey, it makes it much more. I don't know. It just makes it more tasty. The more honey, the tastier it is. The tougher it is. The more cayenne pepper, the hotter it is. Man, it can be strong. It can be really strong with this stuff. The other thing too is if you put a lot of this in, man, it can get really acidic, or I guess that's the word. It's a tough taste. So the onions can make it tough. When I first started drinking, it was really tough, but I use enough honey now to balance it. And if I had the cinnamon, I would put it on top just a little bit and mix it in before I not boil it, but I'd heated it up. And that's it. All right. So again, this is what it looks like in the end. And good health to you all, and God bless.